Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Bree, and I am here with my co-hosts, Christy, Renee, Kim, and Fancy Nancy. And we are here to introduce sort of a new format to the show. We've spent some time planning and organizing and figuring out what everybody wants to hear. But one thing we've noticed is that you guys like dedicated topics, and so today we are going to talk about skin. And before we get into that, though, I am going to give them a little play-by-play of what we'll be doing. So each Monday at 2 we'll be going live, and we actually do not have an official name yet.
Not yet.
So we're going to throw it out there later on a post, and we're going to do a giveaway. And if we choose any sort of that person's name, they win a prize. And we'll get that, watch for that to be posted later. Brandon and Brianna got that rocking and rolling.
That'll be fun to see what you guys come up with.
Yeah, so
be creative. Be creative.
Yeah. We've had, let's tell them some of the ideas that have been thrown out there.
Yeah, and
We've
something
had
that sums up what we're trying to do. Really.
Yeah.
Get real.
Get real.
Take 5.
We were previously New Mom Monday, for those just tuning in.
Mom panel.
Mom panel.
Yeah, mom panel.
That sounds like a mom show, though.
Like your
Green.
Yeah.
So like mom jeans, you know, the thing that I think are
Mom
like
jeans.
hideous, and my daughter's like, mom
They're
jeans,
super
I
cool
need
now.
mom jeans. I don't understand.
They pay big money for those mom
It's
jeans.
crazy. I'm like,
Right?
I think I kept some of those at some point. I got rid of them, but she's like,
That's
you
funny.
got rid of them already? I'm like,
Already? It's been a minute.
Yeah, and they weren't cool for like a good chunk of time, so they're just coming back.
Yeah. So each week we're going to split it up into a health topic, a beauty topic, product spotlight, recipe of the week, and Q&A.
Awesome.
Right? So this week our theme is skin.
skin.
And Christy, you've got a couple of girls.
I just got one.
And why don't you start by telling us what do you do? Why is the skin important to you guys? What are some of your different routines with all your different ages of your girlies?
Well, skin is your largest organ on your body, and what you put on your skin is just as important as what you put in your body. I mean, you feed it anything that you're putting on your skin. So when my girls and their friends, what's the popular thing around the holidays? What do? All the friends go to Bed Bath & Body.
Oh, yeah.
No,
The
gosh,
Black
I
I
Friday
had no
sales.
idea that was a thing.
No,
Bath and Body Works.
Bath
Bath and Body Works.
Yeah, Bed Bath & Body. Sorry about that. I don't go there. You can tell.
Oh, I remember
no,
that.
I remember that, though.
Yeah.
With all the
Cucumber melon.
coupons.
Country apple. That was like a big one. The country
Cucumber
apple.
melon.
And okay, just like mom jeans though, those are coming back. Like they're reintroducing some of the old favorites, like those.
The
Oh,
vintage.
the
Just so you know.
flavor,
Yeah.
or the flavors. The
Like the
flavors.
old
Those
scents.
scents.
Yeah, that's so funny.
Well, I mean, okay, so at one time,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I went there.
Oh, I remember.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You
My
spent
goodness,
enough. It was
right?
buy 3, get one free.
Oh, get one
and
free.
it was,
Oh.
Let me show off my Bath and Body
Well,
Works.
so we've already experienced all the girls, you know, at their different age groups, you know, Faith with her friends, Trinity with her friends, and they go, and they're like, oh, we gotta go to bed. And I'm like, okay, you know, and so, but our girls, they know, they're like, they smell it. I'm like, okay, so if you can put that in your mouth and eat it, you can put it on your skin. And they're like, they know, they can't, they know, there's sparkles in it. You're gonna put that, you're gonna eat that?
When I first started,
No, I don't think so.
Dr. Flynn did I think we called it a doctor's report at the time, and he was standing in front of the room, and he had a bottle of, I'm pretty sure it was cucumber melon, of Bath and Body Works, because I remember
I think it was.
finally throwing this out.
I think it
because
was.
people would come in and go, why do you guys have this? But he would walk up, and he would, Mr. Dramatic, awesome storyteller, would walk up and he would say, open your mouth. And somebody would, and he goes, okay, I'm going to squirt this in your mouth. And they go, well, no. And he would say, why not?
Yeah.
And they're like, well, you can't. It's not good for you. And he goes, but you would put it on your skin.
That's
And
such
that
a good gauge
direct-
to like think.
But
like
one
that.
thing I know is we used to use a product from Neurobiologics years ago, and it was, we would put it, glutathione. I
Oh,
think.
the
Yep.
glutathione.
Yep.
Oh,
Put it right on the skin instead of taking it internally. And I remember the docs
It
teaching me,
stunk.
because when it goes on your skin, it goes direct to your bloodstream. So it was a way of getting some, the medicine or supplements needed in the body immediately into the bloodstream. faster than having to go through the entire digestive
Because your
system.
body,
Right.
what
And
is
it's trying to
going
filter it out and
down.
sterilize
What does the
it.
stomach do?
Filter it out.
Sterilize. Get
Sterilize.
it filtered out.
So we
Yeah,
have
makes
to think about the products that we put on our skin. If you're not going to eat it,
sense. Don't put it on.
you don't even want to put it on your skin. You
You
might
don't
be
wanna
better
put it
off
on your
eating
skin.
Bath and Body Works than you would be
Oh.
putting it on your skin. And this is not an anti-Bath
Oh, right,
and Body
no,
Works.
no,
claim.
not at
because
all.
but
It's
because then your
anything with
body's gonna.
toxins
That makes
and
sense.
At least try to clean it
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
So actually, that's a
crazy.
great first baby step. If you're, starting this journey, starting this walk, start switching some of that stuff out because, start finding. I mean, there's so many different brands of like lotions and different things that
What are some of your favorites? You've got some.
well,
fun
on
stuff
lotions
right
and things.
there.
I mean, I can't do coconut, so I'm kind of limited. Okay, but my favorite for the summer, I found this. It has no coconut oil in it. It has avocado oil, hazelnut oil, cookie nut oil, rice bran oil,
I'm
It's
apricot,
kind of like a
crystals,
spa.
walnut,
Yeah.
peach kernel oil, essential oils of geranium, pink grapefruit, and then lavender, licorice root.
Can I
vitamin
smell
E.
it?
Yeah.
Or spray it in my mouth.
But
if
this
I
I was gonna
stuff,
say,
I'm
drink it.
telling you, like, so between that and then what is it, the raspberry seed extract or whatever, that I'll mix those and I put that on. I don't use sunscreen, and I know now. Granted,
We're going to talk about that.
we're
in
gonna
the
talk
next
about
show.
sunscreen
Yeah.
and a different
That's
thing,
next
but
week.
I use this in the summer because I can't
it
do
smells good.
coconut-based kind of stuff,
Right.
and it's like oil. But I can put that on, and like the other day, my daughter's like, "What did you put on today?" Because I was just kind of sitting in the sun, and I was just bronze. It was awesome. I was like,
awesome.
"Oh, I
Just
just
glowing.
put
Yeah.
my oil on."
So
But I
where?
mean,
What
but
is the
everybody's
brand
so different
of this particular one?
It's called Just Natural.
Okay, so
So
maybe we
that's
can
an
get a link
oil.
to put on there.
What else we got?
Okay, well, we were talking skin. So when I think skin, I mean, that's all body because that's really pretty much all that I do. But it's because I can't do coconut oil.
Right.
Normally, like with the kids and stuff, we'll do like slather them with coconut oil or, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, that or depending on what they bathed in,
yeah.
or whatever.
allergic to.
But I mean, face regimen. We were talking about that. I'm not complicated. So I am very sensitive. That's what I am. I'm very sensitive. I mean, as you know, because you guys know I had issues with acne and stuff like that. So when I was younger, I used everything tea tree based because that helped with that. But then as I got older, okay, so not as much of an acne issue, but I would still, like if I try new, people would always be, oh, try this product. I would break out. There's only one thing I've ever been able to use, and it's Arbonne's Calm line. It's the only one that I can use is for sensitive skin, and I can actually use it. And beyond that, I use a toner. This is just from I think I got a Woodman's.
Yeah, I was gonna say Target. I think
Total
has that
Roots
brand.
sells
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
as well.
and then the other thing I use, this is my new favorite, from Pestle Mortar.
Okay.
It's a pure hyaluronic serum. I don't know how to say it.
Just say it confidently. It'll
yeah.
just, it'll
Yeah,
be
there you
fine.
But you just put a couple drops or whatever, and
Cute
it,
packaging.
I know it's so
Right?
adorable, isn't it? Yeah. No, but just like the fine lines and stuff because you guys are all youngins, but
Oh,
No, you said y'all.
Thank you.
I'm fine.
we're the same age. Okay, but
That's funny.
the rest of the youngins, I'm sure.
So
you have
you're-
less lines than I have. Goodness gracious. But anyway,
She woke up like this, remember?
Yeah,
That's right.
so it's supposed.
So you have a very simple.
It's simple. There
Simple
not anything
routine.
complicated. I mean, once in a while, I'll, like the apple cider vinegar on your skin, or I know you're getting to some of the ones that I also use in certain circumstances. But I'm just plain Jane, just simple. I don't put anything else.
Kim, now you've got some favorites that you
Well,
grabbed.
yeah.
You're simple on the skin as well. I
Yes.
think we're probably more simple. I've got a few things that I love.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
less is more,
But-
especially when it's, I mean, you're trying to avoid toxic stuff. Like,
Right.
you can just pick one thing that's going to do everything.
Oh
It's
gosh,
ideal.
yeah.
I just found this facial serum, which makes it sound weird, I think. But
Serum.
it's
Sounds
just it's an
fancy.
oil. I mean, it's got cute
It's oil,
packaging, so
yeah.
I like it. But I got a sample at the beauty bar in town, and I loved it.
They
and
can
fell in
charge
love with it.
$20 more
Yeah.
for calling it a
So
serum
some-
instead of
yeah.
an oil.
Right.
When you
I
guys
don't
are
know.
at the store and you're looking for new oils, I know some things that I'm looking to avoid. So parabens, synthetic
Oh,
fragrances,
absolutely.
sodium lauryl sulfate, obviously any of my allergies.
Yeah.
What are some of the other big ones in skincare lines that you want to make sure that you're
I wish I
avoiding?
had that list.
Mineral
There's a
oil.
list.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
a
Mineral
list.
oil for sure, because people think like, oh, I'll just use baby oil on my
Just
face.
look at the back of these. It says no. This
Oh,
is
yeah,
it
it has
Yeah,
a
right.
Yeah.
It lists
Yeah.
up everything you
no
don't want.
fragrances,
parabens.
dyes.
Yeah.
Propylene
no,
Formaldehyde.
No
they put
silicone,
formaldehyde.
no
Super
sulfur.
common to put. Not in this one.
No
To put
thanks.
formaldehyde.
No propylene glycol.
Thousands of pounds a year, hundreds of women put on their skin, and makeup form or
Yeah.
toxin form or their beauty products, not realizing what's on in and what that's doing
Absolutely.
after the fact.
Well, and one of our
So-
favorite apps is the Think Dirty app,
Yes.
where like you can actually scan an item when you're at the store, or you can scan 4 or 5 of them and look at like what the score is, and then pick the one that has the least toxins in it. You know, it just gives you a nice idea, and it's fun to do.
Or if you can't pronounce it, don't use it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Except for this one, because Chrissy
I
couldn't pronounce
no,
it. But it's
I
good.
can pronounce it, but I was looking. It's hydrating.
Yeah.
Right.
So what do you have? I know you order yours online.
I did. I found a company. I have no idea how to say it. I don't know if it's MIG. I don't know if it's I have no idea what it is. I'm not going to act like I know. But it's actually like a lotion bar. So you have to put it on when your face
Ooh.
is fresh out of like hot water. So like the steam or so it melts. And then what
Now,
I do is I
the one
put
that has the manuka honey in it.
yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh,
I've heard about
fun.
this
That's
one.
awesome.
And then no, this isn't
Oh.
that one. That's that eczema one.
Okay.
That's the one
Okay.
that I used that because I with the yeast that I had, it got my face started to I don't even know how to explain it break out, but it broke out in almost like a rash. So I used that and it helped a ton. And I'll use it on like the kids for like scrapes, but it's really sticky, so you don't want to
It's like honey.
yeah, it literally
Well, it's manuka honey.
yeah,
I would
it's
assume.
very sticky.
But I think you're the classic story for everybody to understand.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Don't just grab one natural thing,
Yeah,
and then say it didn't work.
right.
Right. Yeah.
Yes, they're
We're
expensive, but so is
different.
L'Oreal
Everybody's
and
skin, yeah.
Yeah, I've
Blank
tried a
in
ton of
Paris,
them. This
so-
one is very simple. It's, let's see, Jason's beard oil. It's flaxseed oil, argan oil, hemp seed oil, essential oils, pomegranate extract, burdock root extract, and nettles. Sorry.
metals.
But he breaks out in like really dry chunks of skin, especially when he's like stressing out. He started putting this in, and he used to get like almost dandruff, but it was from his beard and his eyebrows. He uses this now, and he has nothing. And there's very little of anything in here, but he
Oh,
uses
that's
this
awesome.
every day.
And are these the ingredients? Is that it? I was looking for the ingredients on this.
I don't think the ingredients are listed
Oh,
on
okay.
that one.
I was
I think
just
there's
curious.
more
I'm like,
than
We'll
that.
put links to all of this
Calendula.
online.
Yeah.
Some of our favorites.
Yeah.
I have a favorite.
Oh, honest.
Honest.
Yeah.
We do a
I like-
diaper order every month, and you can add on products at a 25%
use that.
discount.
Oh, nice.
And so I can throw on the Honest.
I do the
I
cleaning
like that this
supplies.
isn't a pump because I always forget to grab my soap, and so I take off my makeup every night, and I just wash with this, and then use coconut oil or a different. Now I can't anymore. I know that's your favorite remover, but to remove my makeup. But I like that I get the water on my face and I can find it and just pop it in my hand. That's how I pick face lotion.
You don't
Whatever
have
you
to
find
find
with
with
your
your
user
eyes
friendly, whatever's user
User
friendly.
friendly. And
Don't pick
then
it
this
based
is
on
one
packaging.
of my favorite face creams. It's called the Good Stuff Botanicals. It's a gypsy cream. Yeah.
I
check
don't know
that
why.
out.
I just like
it.
I want to
Again, no
smell
coconut. So we're kind of the no coconut queens
yeah.
here.
I'm no coconut.
But
too.
there is coconut oil in so many face things,
Oh,
and I
yeah.
love coconut.
Well,
My
because
favorite
it's a great
body
thing to have.
whipped body
Face,
butter. We
but-
have an awesome recipe on our website. It feels like whipped cream. We'll get that posted for you, but that's coconut in it.
That smells
So
like a cow to me.
it
Or-
smells like it's boring. It doesn't
Yeah,
smell
it's
fantastic.
boring.
It's got hemp in it, so it smells like dirt.
Oh,
and it's-
okay, that's why it's.
But I love it.
Green.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
I mean,
order
look
it
at the
online.
texture. The
It's made
texture
in
is
Montana.
it like looks like a
It's
paste.
Yeah, it's not. It's like a cream.
I've tried it. It works really good.
It's made in Montana by this awesome little local company, and I order it online.
Oh,
what it
I'm
looks
willing
like.
to try anything, but if I break out, I'm like, eh.
It's not my fault. Disclaimer: nobody likes
Yeah,
this
no,
stuff.
this is good.
So we
There's
keep
so many
talking about
options.
allergens, and we keep talking about our natural routines and what we do on the regular basis. But there's obviously more to skincare than just switching out your products. There's more, and you're going to talk a little bit about even deeper in your son's story. But I'm going to start with when your skincare products aren't getting you where you want to be. Let's talk about acne. So I looked up this stat. It's super fun, but not fun, I should say. 80% of 11 to 30-year-olds deal with acne breakouts. 80%.
Oh,
Now, what are they using to cover up those breakouts, even adding more
And is
toxins
that making it
and
worse?
taxing on their system?
Mm-hmm.
And
That's
in
true.
2013, so imagine where we are now in 2019, but in 2013, the cost associated with treatment and lost productivity for those who sought medical care for acne and face issues exceeded $1.2 billion.
My.
Wait, so
Treatment for acne in 2013. Now, that was I got off the American Academy of Dermatology website. Why they didn't have a bigger stat, I don't know. But that's
Yeah.
what they could track. So you're talking about $1 billion industry in 1 year just to treat acne. When we look at it, and I look at it very differently, I look at
Right.
it very, very simply. So I wanted to start today by saying a couple of steps that you can try at home, and then what the next step looks like if that's not working. So obviously we talk about food constantly, and that your immune system lives in your gut, and your skin is your largest organ. So if you're putting junk, we use the word junk at home with my little kids, if you're putting junk in, you're oftentimes going to get junk out. So obviously eating healthy and avoiding inflammatory foods, getting enough water, apple cider vinegar, different things like that to get your body producing and getting the toxins out naturally and not throughout the face. But a couple things that I love, we have our silver by Results RNA.
What do you do with that?
Now this one's a
Silver
gel.
gel.
This is a silver gel, so I use this. This is one of my, I
Faith.
put that on everything thing.
Faith uses.
We uses that.
Yeah.
We use that on my face.
As a lotion?
It's
Okay.
gel.
Well, for acne.
Oh. Oh, wait,
Or
for acne or all the time?
sunscreen. Yep,
Oh,
if I've got
really?
Or even if you have a
breakouts.
sunburn.
Yep.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I know to do
I've
that.
only
Pimple?
used spray before.
No, it works
I
on
didn't
pimples.
think that
Rub it in.
That's
all
Can I just tell you? You put this on your hands. Guess what this
Do you need
is?
paper towel?
Hand
Hand
sanitizer.
sanitizer. No, we're good. Hand sanitizer.
Nice. There you go.
Yeah, but I put
Use
this
it
on
for
the skin.
everything. It's like
okay,
breast milk.
so that's the first thing. Second thing, after looking at nutrition that you can do easy, probiotic. Okay, they're known. They're all over nowadays. A good probiotic. Your CFUs. I mean, of course,
Multi-strain.
the only probiotic I can get behind is ours because I've done the research. I see their processing. But a multi-strain probiotic with CFUs in the billions.
With what?
CFUs, which is how they measure the number of bacteria
Oh, it's
in the billions. So don't run to Walmart and get a $3 probiotic off the shelf and tell me it didn't help with your acne.
Is that the same for
Because-
silver? Like, what do you need to look for silver? Because I've heard like blue something or other,
So
and
there's
colloidal
silver and
and
silver,
whatever.
there's colloidal
Okay.
silver, there's Argentinian silver, there's all different types of silvers and the way that the silver is
Okay.
made and processed and the parts per million
Per unit.
and what it can get through and how it can get processed.
Okay.
So the blue stuff that you hear is usually a silver and silver. So I'm going to speak in layman's terms, but you have
Yeah.
these little pieces. I could be very wrong. And your body can't digest it. So
Yeah.
they say your body turns blue. Now, if
Okay.
you use something like a colloidal silver, what we're using here in our silver, it gets processed so you don't have to worry about that. You
Okay.
can't overdose on silver.
So be
and turn
careful
blue.
about
but
what
it's legit.
silver you're buying?
You can turn blue
Yes, be very
because your body
careful.
can't
Turn
process
into a
it
blue
out.
man.
They're too big.
Because he
Blue
does.
woman,
I think that
probably.
has
I
he done
don't
a
think
video?
you'd turn into a man.
Did they do a video on that?
Oh yeah, we didn't, but it's all over the internet.
Yeah, we
People
have a
say, I
quick
don't
tip on
want to use
silver."
silver because
Yeah.
I'm going to
Yeah.
turn
We have a
blue,
quick
and so
tip
they
on
avoid it.
silver.
Yeah.
Silver's a natural antibiotic. It's fantastic. It's
Yeah.
antibacterial,
Absolutely.
hence why it's good for the skin. So adding
Awesome.
a probiotic, which is going to balance your gut microbiome, it's going to help you digest foods properly, okay? Or fermented foods, but I mean, who can sit around and just eat sauerkraut all day? So, besides her,
Besides
you
you.
can. It's doable.
I feel like Dr. Mitch would probably do that.
but
He's a
Kimchi.
big fermented foods guy.
Kimchi.
And he's
Yeah.
watching.
yeah,
Yes.
kimchi.
I think
that
when you're
stuff.
talking
He also
about
makes little
this-
shots of it now too.
Oh yeah. I think when you're talking about skin, remember how we had said the inside lining of your gut is like the outside. Like, so if you have a skin issue, a lot of times it's a reflection of what's on the inside.
Oh, for sure.
And so
So you don't
it's
want to
about
just cover
healthy
it up.
biome.
Yeah.
Like
But-
we have a delicate ecosystem of bacteria on the outside and on the inside. So it's
Yes.
about making sure that stays balanced and
So the other one of my favorites, and broken record here, but CBD, we use it topically.
CBD queen.
Yeah, we are. But it helps with the regrowth of the skin. It helps. I swear it's antibacterial. It helps with everything. So my 12-year-old, almost 13. I had to decide what she was today. She's almost 13. She lives by this, so she takes this everywhere. This is her nightly serum. So she'll wash her face, and she'll put this on. She'll put the silver on, and then she'll put this on. But then my other biggest thing for me personally is avoiding my food allergies. But the two kickers that you can start immediately before you get that food allergy test back is wheat and dairy. Would not believe the amount that the mucus in dairy and the organic or not, grass-fed or not, dairy causes those cystic acne breakouts. So and we got a really cool recipe later.
We do.
That we're going to touch on. That's not only is it dairy-free, it doesn't taste dairy-free. It's my favorite recipe on the planet. But it also has some health benefits to it.
I was just going to add that I had a nightmare the other day. Like, legit nightmare. I woke up thinking it was real.
You need more calm.
I texted you. Bree was yelling at me for eating dairy because I was breaking out. And I don't have a lot
yell at
of...
people? I'm quiet.
I was gonna say, does anybody else find it weird that Bree was the one yelling?
Bree was yelling, not surprising. But really, I don't usually have issues with my skin, and I must have just had a bad dream or something. It was really bad. You were yelling at me because my acne was really bad, and you were like, if you didn't eat garbage, it wouldn't be so bad.
I have
I'm
to
like,
watch myself with Bella.
But it was very
she'll be,
funny.
Oh, my face, and I can't go to school.
Yeah.
And, you know, Miss Super Sympathy Bree here was like, what'd you eat?
What'd you eat?
Your own
It's your
fault.
own fault.
So her
So
it's
I
eggs.
had to text you though. I had to text Bree and say, like, are we good?
Oh, God.
She loves it when I ask that.
Yeah, so Bella's
But
eggs,
really.
we know that from her food allergy test. So she could have avoided everything. But there's some simple, at home, you can find different things that you can use. But now, you've got the story for your son. We did the food allergy testing. Hormones aren't it. It's not regular teenage acne. You've tried the CBD. You tried the silver. You added the probiotics.
We've done all of this, and we were I've kind of got this think differently mindset a long time ago. I mean, like when they were in second grade, because they broke out in rashes, and we learned really fast that it's
Still
just a
life.
reflection of what's going on.
Yeah.
So my son hits puberty, shoots up like a rocket. His hair actually gets curly for like the first time ever. It was crazy, and he's completely broken out. And we had the food allergies done. He was avoiding those like crazy, and it wasn't doing the changes that I would expect, you know, because I know like my daughter, she's like, oh, she eats a little dairy, she'll flake up and like she'll stop eating and she'll be fine. So she's kind of easy that way. We ended up having tested further and found out that because your skin's a reflection of your gut, he had a gut infection. So he's got some bugs in there that we're working to get out, and it's like several cycles of like full moon cycles of adding in different things at different times to try to kill off what's going on in there. Yeah, and he is progressively getting better. Like I could see even within like the first cycle, I'm like, it's way less cystic, way less red. It's still there, but it's finer.
Which must be motivating for him too. And like
Yeah.
I've said that all the time, but like results are motivating. So once you start to see an improvement, it's easier to keep going, even though it's so much work.
But now, imagine if you would have covered that up.
Right.
With,
How much worse?
With, okay, not Freestyle maybe, but makeup or steroid creams or prescription drugs.
Right.
Not only would you never addressed what was going on in the gut,
You compound
but
it.
you compound it and add who knows what else.
Right, because I know there's prescription stuff, there's like over-the-counter stuff that you could put on there, and that's got its own host of issues with it, where it can, you know, turn you red, it'll make you itch, it can make you blotch out. It takes several weeks to even work. I think one of that I was looking at was 3 weeks before you start to see improvements, and then anywhere up to 12. And I'm like, well, shoot, for 12 weeks you're gonna look just like you did. So what are you doing this to yourself for? And then they go next level to prescription drugs, which antibiotics are one of their primaries, and we all know what antibiotics do. Like they kill off everything, good and bad. It's like napalm in there, which sets you up for a whole host of other situations. Birth control pills is another thing they love to put on it, and I'm not putting my son on birth control pills, much less anybody else. And then like the third thing was crazy. I had to write it down. It's like isotretinoin with confidence, right?
Just say it with confidence, right?
Yeah, with confidence.
Or do you
That's
just
what it
say
is.
with
No,
confidence?
I just say with confidence
I
at
just
the
had
end.
to add that.
And that was one where like the FDA came out themselves and they're like, yeah, you can have this, it's a pill, and there's severe side effects. So they're talking severe birth defects if you're pregnant and you're on
boy.
it, increase in depression, suicidal
And it's just a
thoughts.
cream?
And that one's an oral.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait.
I mean, even just a
Soapbox.
cream. Yeah.
Yeah.
80% of 11 to 30-year-olds have acne outbreaks. So they put them on something that causes suicidal thoughts and effects. And what is one of the leading causes of death right now in America?
Suicide.
Suicide.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And these
Put
kids.
the 2 and 2 together. You
I don't
can't
understand why
start a
people can't
12-year-old on a
connect the dots.
prescription
That's right.
for something completely other than mental health. Yes, mental health is real, and I am not diminishing that. And and we can do a different show on that. But now you take somebody who's just on a prescription for their skin,
Right.
And then it spirals.
and we wonder why our ADHD, ADD, depression, anxiety,
Mm-hmm.
And in this
Yeah.
age group
Disorders,
even.
mental-
Like that's the
In
That's
the
the
age
part
group
that's so
where it's
scary.
already hard to exist, it's already hard to kind
And
of
they don't
figure out
work
who
half
you
the time.
are in high
Yeah.
school, junior high, and now you've got this because you want to look good, but it's making everything else
Makes you
fall
feel-
apart.
Yeah.
By the way, if you're here, say hi. Tell us where you're from. If you agree with us,
Give us a
What's your
thumbs up.
favorite skin
Yeah.
stuff?
yes, list your favorites so we can check them out.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Awesome. So, I want to say there's one other one I was talking to somebody the other day, and they said, "Oh, I can't really go out in the sun right now because of a medicine that I'm on." And I'm
Yes,
thinking,
yes.
this was not a patient. I'm like, well, none of our herbs or anything like that. And unless we have to for part of care, you know, I remember that with some of your
Yeah.
yeast stuff.
Yep.
But I said, well, can't go in the sun. It's summer in Wisconsin. You get 12 weekends in Wisconsin.
If that.
12
If
hours.
that.
I'm
I
like,
mean,
weekends.
summer
You're
happens
lucky.
on a Wednesday in
Yeah,
Wisconsin.
exactly. That's
So,
how it works.
what do you mean you can't go outside? What are you on a prescription for? And she said, well, for my acne. And I just thought, man, some of these kids and these teenagers can't even, now, let's compound it. Now you're not getting the vitamin D you need. So we're going to put you on a medicine that causes mental issues, and then we're going to tell you you can't go outside because it's going to make your face worse. So then,
Which will make you even more depressed
Which will
because
make
you're
you
never
more
getting out of the
because your
house.
vitamin D levels are going to drop.
It's a domino
It's like
effect.
if you give a mouse a cookie. That's what I like to call
Yes.
this theory. That was my
Love
favorite
that
book as a
book.
child.
Me too, because I
My
like
kids
cookies.
like that one.
So,
I mean, let's be real. That's why I like that book.
At least you're honest.
I mean,
I like
It's
to
way
give a
better
moose
than the
muffin.
mousse muffin.
oh yeah, I'm not a fan of the
I
muffins,
like
but
muffins.
the cookies. I
Wait,
mean, if,
no. I do. I like muffins.
all right.
But not frosted.
No, I don't
No.
like frosting.
What's a frosted?
But
Like
she
Happy
eats a
Valley
bunch of
Splits,
scones in
But she
there.
eats cookies.
Yeah, they like
makes
do a
sense.
Frosting
drizzle.
on their scones? No. Butter.
Butter.
And lots of it.
I'm
Grass
wait on a
fed.
scone or on a muffin
buttered?
It does.
and warmed up.
And for scone.
Is it getting warm in here? No. That's awesome. We do have a
So,
question, or you want to keep going?
Let's
I have a
let's
question.
do our last thing and then we'll end on questions. So we talked about this, and we talked about what's good for your skin, and we talked about food. I love dairy. I love butter.
Go
We're all
ahead.
laughing at Nancy.
Yep.
And I don't want to give up yummy food because I'm also a foodie.
Yes.
But you've got a killer recipe and some tweaks to it that makes it even better. Not only is it dairy free, but doesn't taste like it's dairy free, it's got benefits for the skin.
It does.
So what are
So
we
good.
eating today? And why didn't you bring
And
samples?
thank you for the samples. It's
Well,
delicious.
do you want me to be
I love it.
honest why I don't have samples, or should we save that for the next show?
I'm pretty sure I told you at like 10 last night. That gave
It
you
was
like
at
8
least
hours.
10:30.
Yeah, that was definitely
Yeah.
first on my list at 10 o'clock last night. Anywho, it's a dairy-free spinach dip.
We're
However,
going to post that.
besides what's in it, there are some modifications to make it better. And I think we thought of another one last week too that we should probably add to it and try it when I can have bacon. But I can't have bacon right now, so
Oh.
and I feel like turkey bacon just wouldn't work.
So it's a
good.
You
creamy,
could post it on there for other people.
dairy-free spinach dip. And it literally melts.
It is.
Yeah.
It like
What makes
is
it
melty and
dairy-free?
creamy and all the good stuff. So I'm just gonna go through it real quick because it's like 5 ingredients. So it's our ranch from our book.
Okay.
So no milk, no dairy, Then it's a shredded purple carrot. You can use orange, I guess. Maybe the purple looks prettier. I'm not really
But
quite
if you
sure.
use
does.
orange, she's gonna
It is
yell
purple.
at you.
I mean, it does look kind of funny. It makes it look weird.
Wait,
Sorry.
are you really that particular about what color carrot you use?
We
for
each
the
made
recipe?
it one day, and it said purple carrot. And she
Okay.
happened to use orange, and it made it look
Oh,
like.
good.
Orange, you
Weird.
glad I didn't use.
I'm just surprised that you carrot so much about your recipe.
Oh, the puns have begun.
All right, we better wrap this
Okay.
up. Puns are starting.
Anywho, organic spinach, use fresh. It tastes way better. And then we use Kite Hill the chive cream cheese just because it has the chives in it to add more flavor,
So
It's
it
made
has
out of almonds.
and
which is made out of almonds. Yep, and it comes in just a little tub. So I think one tub is 8 ounces, I believe.
Yep.
So one tub is 8 ounces. And then 2 cloves of garlic. I add way more garlic than that
Why?
because
What
it's
does garlic do for your skin?
fantastic.
And
Because
everything
it
else.
tastes good.
It's a natural antibiotic.
Yes.
Besides
and it's a
that, though,
detoxer.
it's fantastic. We put garlic on everything in our house, literally. When we have new people come over to our house, they can't believe how much garlic my family eats. But
Garlic and salt. Nobody
Is
can
it
say.
so?
garlic and
Garlic
salt.
and
Yeah.
salt.
Yes.
Salt.
Oh yeah, salt.
Yes. And then a dairy-free mozzarella cheese, like shredded cheese. They have the Follow Your Heart. I've used the Dia. I know, Brie, you've used the Follow Your Heart.
Yep.
It definitely does taste a little bit different, so it's all on your taste.
I've
So
even
delicious.
done it without the cheese shreds, and
Yep.
it's still just as good.
Yep. We modify it by adding a can of artichoke hearts, and then we use the fresh spinach, but we saute it with the garlic. So I chop up my spinach. Otherwise, my kids don't like it because spinach gets kind of like stringy,
Stringy,
and
yeah.
my kids won't touch it then. So I chop that up. I saute it all in a pan, and then I mix it all in with like your cream cheese and your cheese, and let it kind
And your
of
purple
melt.
carrot.
And your
Purple carrot.
purple carrot. And then you just bake it in the oven. So it's really simple. I eat it with tortilla chips because I am a huge salt freak and the crackers just aren't salty enough for me. But you can eat it with like the almond crackers. They're just not salty enough for me personally.
You could put it on a burger.
Like
Oh,
top
I did
burgers
that.
with
We
that.
actually
She
posted
put it
that
on top of a chicken breast or
on
something.
top of
didn't
a
you?
gluten-free ciabatta bun.
Oh, that sounds
Yum.
good.
Yep.
Very good.
Or take your pitas. We have like the Sammy's pitas at home. Cut those up. You could even
Put 'em
put
in the oven. I was
extra
dipping
garlic
mine.
on them. Just saying.
I also like to add a shallot or an
Excuse
onion.
me.
I
Yes.
saute. So
Oh.
I saute that first, then I add my garlic, and then I add my spinach, and then I add it to everything else.
I never thought to saute that before cooking.
Versus the
baking it.
frozen, the recipe calls for frozen, quick, fast, easy, but I think it adds a little more spinach fishy taste
It
to
also
it.
adds, in my opinion, it's too liquidy then,
It's
like because
water.
it's melty,
Oh,
so you
Have
get
to
like the
really
water
make
aspect.
sure you get everything out.
Yeah.
If you take,
That makes
if you
sense.
use
I
the
can see
fresh
that.
and you saute it, it's a thick dip.
Right.
It's really thick, but I've tried it with the frozen and it just is like water. It's not very tasty.
So to go with our theme, not only is it dairy-free, which is something we said to avoid, especially when you're dealing with skin issues.
Yeah.
What are some things in the dip on why we're saying it's also good for the skin?
Artichokes.
Cool. Why?
They have vitamin C, vitamin K. They're also antioxidant. Same thing with garlic.
Yeah.
So you're getting 2 antioxidants in one delicious dip.
It's so good.
It is so
And
good.
you should probably.
And
like,
by the way, as
triple
of
the
last
recipe.
week, Woodman's and
Fresh Time.
Fresh Time were out of cream cheese, so hopefully they
Meyer.
restock. Meyer, I did
Meyer
buy
has
Meyer. I
kind
did
of?
buy.
And I think it's cheaper, Dawn said.
Ooh,
I did buy Fresh
that's
Time
all
out.
right. You do need
I'm pretty
to.
sure I have 12 at home.
Fresh Time on Wednesdays is double
That's why
coupon
you're-
days.
Double coupons.
So pay attention to that.
Yeah, go to Fresh Time.
And spinach contains tons of iron,
Yep.
which is good for your skin.
Popeye.
And almond is a very good healthy fat, so that's good for your skin. I mean, why not just sit around all day and eat spinach and artichoke
Right.
dip?
And I made
I
it
like that
for a family function, and my family thinks I'm crazy. So I didn't tell anybody that it was dairy free, and not one of them could tell. They
I
ate
did that too.
a ton of it, and they loved it. So it's not, to me, I can't, I mean, yeah, if you eat a,
Can't tell a difference.
but if you
Yeah.
go into like a bag of shredded cheese and put it in your mouth and take the Dia, for instance, and put,
Oh,
you
yeah.
can definitely
Don't
tell
do
the
that.
We're
difference.
from
do
Wisconsin.
it.
Don't
But
do
when
that.
you
Cheese and
mix
real
and
cheese.
like
Want
make
it
like
to
a
dip.
creamy
Yeah.
dip like
Yeah.
this, I can't tell at all.
Yeah, my friend Stephanie used the what is it? I think it was the Dia cheese on her tacos to substitute.
Like,
It's
no,
not
just
great.
skip it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably just better to
See,
skip
we're
it.
I
so
know
used
some
to
people
it
say
that-
it's totally fine,
I mean,
I
it's
just-
okay. I
I
feel
would
like
just
it's
prefer
okay
no
when it's
cheese.
melted or on a pizza or something, but when it's just like the shredded cheese
Oh.
on it, I don't.
So
feel
you
like
gotta
that's
take the
good.
meat and you gotta melt the cheese.
Ah,
on it,
see?
so it's
Those
all
are the
But
tricks.
see, we used
I
to
don't
sit
know.
on the couch with a bag of cheese. Shredded cheese.
Oh, I would do that
Oh,
too.
yeah.
Like
Eat
whack
the
off
bag.
right off the block.
My kids
Okay,
still.
Felicity
No,
used to
no,
take
I-
the bag and sit under the table and just like mow
yeah.
down.
Oh,
on
yeah.
it.
Oh my goodness.
On the diet, which
That's
I
funny.
don't.
My kids, when we're
Not the
making
diet.
pizza,
Yeah.
all you can see is like a trail of cheese going into the living room because every time I turn my head, they grab some, and you know the shreds
Right?
They
just
like
fall
just
through your
awesome.
hands. Yeah.
Well, Nance, did we have anybody online as you're watching that some quick? We've got maybe 57 more seconds.
57 seconds.
And
I
we'll
do-
go back afterwards if you have any questions. let
Yeah,
us
there
know,
are a
but-
couple questions. Some
yeah.
of them are quick. This one is about the recipe. Rachel's wondering, any cream cheese options that don't use almond or coconut?
I think Daya, does
Cashew
Daya
maybe?
No, I think there's some.
I
You
could not
can
find
make
one.
homemade cashew cream
Cashew,
cheese.
yeah,
that
you
may
can.
work. You soak the cashews, you put them in a really high
you have a
powered food
Vitamix, yeah,
processor, add a
works
little
great.
bit of lemon, a little bit of salt.
Mm-hmm.
Too much work.
That,
No,
that
just
doesn't
kidding.
seem
It's
like
worth
it.
it,
But I mean, yeah, it sounds like a lot of work. But if you can't have anything else,
Yeah.
and you want a tasty dip,
Yep.
back to the sunburn and the skincare. Can you use silver spray on
Ooh,
sunburn
yes.
to help?
Yes.
And
I was doing that in
Sweet.
Hawaii, remember?
Yeah.
When we
So-
went.
I was
That's
spraying my
coconut
face
oil
with
and almond.
it must have been last summer that I burned my face, and I did apple cider vinegar. Don't, it smells so bad. Like, don't
Don't
leave
do
the
it.
house if you do that, because like that's all
Smells
you
like
can
feet.
smell.
And it's not.
And then
like,
I'd spray
I
my
think white
face with
vinegar
silver.
dissipates fast, so I use
Yeah.
white vinegar
Yeah.
to mop my floors. And people walk in, your house smells like dirty feet. 20 minutes later, it doesn't.
Yeah,
Apple
I
cider
just didn't
vinegar
think of that when I
lingers a
put it
little
all over my
longer.
face.
Oh.
I'm like, oh, I stink. It doesn't smell very good.
Yeah, we
but
had an ACV skin situation in my office like earlier this
Ah.
week. We're like, no,
Oh,
never
this
again.
is cool. Ashley says I pretty
Yeah.
much make my own tea tree, lavender, and
her
coconut
own
oil.
face
Yes,
lotion.
not
yeah.
cream cheese.
No.
I was a Mary Kay lady, so I've come a long way. Hardly
wow.
any makeup either. My skin is healthier because I eat better.
Yes.
Good job, Ashley.
Yeah,
Good
she
for
is.
you.
She is
Wait.
my Mary Kay lady, and
When
I
we-
stopped buying. Sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say when we first stopped eating refined sugar,
Yep.
we all saw a big difference. Where my
Refined
mom is
sugar.
like, "What's up with you?" I'm like, "All we did was cut out sugar."
Yeah,
Like,
sugar
once
too.
upon a
I didn't
time.
say that. I
That
forget
was-
about
Yeah.
that. But
Yep.
sugar, which
Sugar.
dairy
Huge
is
difference.
high in sugar, which I'm sure is why.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
But as far
start
as like
with
the
adding a
sense,
few natural products, probiotic, remove the dairy, remove the sugar. You're gonna see some. You should most likely see some improvement, and then we can start the rest of it. But for teenagers, especially, they need to see a little something. They're
Yeah.
not just gonna give up all the fun stuff they're eating and
Yeah.
the makeup they're putting on their face and their smelly lotions because you told them not to. But if you can give them a little bit and then baby step them.
Yeah.
So
I actually fed
exactly.
my son before he went to a pizza party this weekend. I'm like, "Eat here,
I did that before.
Yes.
we went to the
and
rodeo.
then you
Yeah.
can go, and then
Actually,
just see how you feel once you get
I'm
there."
gonna, for your sake, I'm not bringing that up. The rodeo,
That's awesome. But the
Yeah.
food is not healthy there.
right?
So
not at
I
all.
ate beforehand. Good. So I was getting it. Awesome.
But that's a good
Well-
solution for sunburn. Do the silver spray. Yes, you can use it on your face.
So
Silver spray,
I
silver gel,
think,
aloe.
unless anybody has a disagreement, we're going to talk about sun next week because it's summer this week in Wisconsin, at least today.
It's gonna be 70
But we're going
days
to talk
this weekend.
about. Christy made a comment the other day, so she's on for recipes next week about how different foods can change the way your skin reacts to the sun, and different things
Very
you can
true.
eat.
Yeah.
So we'll
That'd
do
be
that.
good.
We'll bring in all of our favorite sunscreen, and we'll talk about what that means.
Perfect.
So thank you. And thank you for joining us, and we will see you next
Contest.
week.
The name.
Oh, the
of I was
contest.
just
Yes.
gonna say,
Contest.
remind them
Another
about that.
reminder
Yeah.
that we're going to do the name contest. We'll get those rules out this afternoon, and we will have a new name by next Monday.
Please be
And if
witty.
you are
Be
part-
witty. Yeah.
Be witty. Be
Witty.
fun.
yes, any part of yours is used, we will go ahead and get you a really fun one.
Be punny.
No, not pun.
No.
Puns. I'll send you a gift just because.
Yeah. Just because we like puns.
So thank you for joining us, and we will see you all next week.